15. Morris, I want y'all to brace yourself because this is the most disrespectful thing in the whole video. This is the most disrespectful thing in the whole video. 58 minutes and 15. Y'all got to brace yourself because it's a little bit disrespectful. And I did all my research about where he got this from, so he's going to deal with it.
Then you where it's at. Catch up. Catch up. That's 501c3. What are you talking about? I know who these people are, see? And that's why I can't knock all them Freemasons. But some of y'all cults need to get called out.
That's right.
And that's why I'm proud of young Pharaoh as well. Because if you're a cult, you need to get called out.
Yeah, calling us a cult and stuff.
And then y'all little followers that ain't getting no views following up under something you don't even know.
Yep.
His name is not Noble Jew Ali, nor Timothy Drew. His name is Thomas Drew. He not from North Carolina. He's from Richmond, Virginia. He's from Richmond, Virginia.
It's love, boy.
See what I mean? Moor? Like this is when the prophet said you got to deal with your emotions and deal with this in love. Because if you deal with this in hate, you already know what's gonna go down. You gotta be in love with this because
love.
You already know.
It's love.
I need to go into this whole 501c3 thing because if you look up the documents of Noble Drew Ali, it wasn't no 501c3. He actually went and got the Illinois compiled statutes 805-110, which is for a church. So he actually got that, and then when it talks about the purposes and what you need to do when you get that, you have to file an affidavit. Now we got right on the back of the 101s where the affidavit is at, right in Cook County. And
file.
This is proof right here that we know it's not a 501c3 because when you go on IRS.com and look up the 501c3 provisions, they have one guideline that you can't break if you're a 501c3, and that is under the Internal Revenue Code. All sections of the 501c3 organizations are absolutely prohibited, directly or indirectly participating in or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of or in opposition of any candidate. Now, we do know about Oxford the Priest, right?
Yeah.
If we couldn't participate, if we didn't participate, if we had a 501c3, there would be no Oxford the Priest.
Definitely not.
The voting prohibited, or acting in any way is prohibited. So we was right up in there with, and you seen the picture where the prophet had all the congressmen up in the room. So the thing I look at with that is like, the prophet was wise in his work. Got Oscar the priest in there, but Oscar the priest being in the temple. Noble Drew Ali said something about being in the temple. He said, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality. So I'll just let that sit in the air when it comes to Oscar the priest in that process and the violation of how that's not 501c3 because we got him into the politics. Secondly, this whole thing about his name not being Noble Drew Ali and all that, he's getting that information off of a document called Before the Feds, The Life and Times of Drew Ali, 1886 to 1924. What's with them dates? The author's name is Fatih Ali Abbas, right? I went to the picture of this guy on academia.edu. He's like an Indian Arab from Asia, right? And all of his documents is going against Moors in the most. It's calling them, about they color it and call it black and all that. All of his documents are going against Moors because I think he's like affiliated with some Islamist like Sunni. So color. And then where he gets his information from Noble Drew Ali's name and everything, they're getting information off Ancestry.com, which is all the way colored. Because when I went into that, they could just fill in any data they want if somebody they didn't know, like who put the information in there for it to be that. You know what I'm saying? So they went on that. And then I looked at the other document that he wrote. It linked me into a book called the gods of Metropolis, Black Orientalism and the Black Gods of Metropolis, written by some guy named Edward E. Curtis, who was another European, and this lady named Danielle Brune Singlet. She's another European. And all of these people write articles about Islam and black people and, all the colorism. They never speak about Noble Drew Ali or anything like that. And the only documents that I got as far as Noble Drew Ali being, what did he say, Thomas Drew, is from this guy. It's this Fatih Abdad. So I don't know what, like, I don't know I don't know if he's talking to this guy or anything, but this is the only, information I got from that fact that he dropped, or that fallacy that he dropped. It's coming from a guy's not even recognized.
Right. It's not like he's somebody like a Sati Majid or whatever.
No. I don't even see anybody who he's like established with. It just looks like he's like a freelance writer. What's his
spell his name? Let's look him up right now since he's talking crazy. Let's just look him up live.
Please, you gotta see it.
What's the dude's name again?
It's Fathie space Abdat. Fatih Abdad.
Fatih what?
Real quick too.
Spell the last name again?
Oh, Abdat. Abdad.
Fatih
Abdad.
Okay. Yeah.
You said 1895 for that act. Congress adjourned 1861. So I don't know what's going on after 1861 with some act. And it's the act. And it's after 1861.
Oh, that's
Congress
amazing.
adjourned in 18.
Yep. Good, man.
Congress adjourned in 1861. That act came 34 years later. So, I don't know. And it's an act. All acts are unconstitutional.
Oh yeah, Cujo, go to that before the fest. It's that's the CNTA. They playing games, man. Yo, Cujo, you can go to the before the fest.
Loud and yelling.
Say that again.
I said go to the before the fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want them to see like where he was getting his documents from.
Yeah. Academia.
Scroll down a little bit.
They won't go get 77 amazing facts about the Negro, though. I mean, about the Moors, though. They won't 77 amazing facts about the Moor. They won't go get who stole the Fez, Moors and Shriners. They won't go get Moors and Masonry. They won't go get none of that. They'll use they use wrong way of information to come at Moors.
Yeah.
Saying that's our stuff.
And this guy.
And this guy.
This is who they're gonna use. Academia EDU guys. Good one.
That's all. Yo. And with stuff like this, you already know there's like a SPLC and all that, and members that work for that. You can't how could you trust this information for our liberation?
All right, so this is what they're gonna try to do right here. Now the other thing that we wanna also make sure that we just gotta remember what page that is. Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah.
Just remember that this is 2014, right? 2014. Now, where were they in 2011 when Asir was talking about Moors? How come they weren't talking about Noble Drew Ali and all this BS then?
Exactly.
In the 80s when Moors were dealing with this. In the 70s, 60s, oh yeah, these people weren't even goddamn born yet. Where you're coming up talking BS about Moors now. You're getting some kind of clout for that fraud that you're running. And here's where they're gonna get their little Thomas Drew BS from.
And that's why I was telling Moor that like peep that their sources is ancestry.com. Like y'all gotta peep it. Like that's the whole agenda for them to get us to claim or go in there, put your DNA in there, and then they say, oh, you come from Africa, you're West African, and then they can claim your land when you start playing with that. Everybody is from here to here. We already know who we are, so we're gonna let them swab our mouth and tell them, oh, see, you're spit, you're from Africa. That's what this is basically. So they didn't even get Noble Drew Ali spit, and they telling us his name is Thomas now. Ancestry.com, by the way, is where he got this from. People that swap your mouth and tell you your spit is African is now telling us the prophet's name is Thomas. And I can't even verify that.
The whole thing is a scam. Ancestry.com, that's a scam, like you were saying earlier. That whole thing is a scam.
Remember Rick Skittles? They said what percentage of the DNA testing is accurate? He said, well, we use 0.01% is accurate. 0.01 is what they using out of that DNA test to tell you come from somewhere.
Remember they had the quadruplets on ABC? They did an ABC special with the quadruplets, the 4 European girls. And they did the DNA test, and all 4 results came back different.
Came back what?
All 4 results came back different for the quadruplet girls. Look it up. If you go on YouTube and you type in DNA hoax, all this hundreds of videos are going to pop up. That DNA testing hoax. That stuff ain't real.
This they love for that.
And so this right here, bro, like look at where they going with this. Like you got a Indian from Singapore making a document called Before the Feds about Noble Drew Ali. But for Pete, when you go through the whole document, he always calls Prophet Noble Drew Ali Ali. He never breaks away from calling him Ali in the whole document.
Thought his name's Thomas though.
It's not weird.
I thought his name's Thomas though.
Thomas. That is amazing.
His name's Thomas then. Why you call him by Thomas?
Amazing. His real name is Thomas. And they got it from Ancestry.com. Ancestry.com wasn't even out when the prophet was around. So how they did that now?
I don't know what, bro. That's what I'm saying.
The prophet wasn't even around. Ancestry.com came out in the 70s.
They exhumed the body.
That's how they did it. That's fraud.
Like the stuff that Noble Drew Ali didn't tell us. It's for Moors to study and figure out what we're going to do for ourselves. What they're doing is using the gap and finding people who wrote stories on it that's going against the Moors, and then they're riding with that like, see, this is what Moors did. Instead of doing a research to the histories of what the Moors is. They're listening to Europeans and aliens.
A lot of authors do that. A lot of authors do that. They go find those Boule authors, PhD, Boule, and see what they saying about the prophet. Who's calling him a Black American and all this crap.
Yeah. Never call them a Moor. Sellouts, but they're Masons in secret. Whether they're part of some African order of Mason, whatever, or they're part of a European, whatever. They know what's up. They have a fez at home, hiding to be Moors. But then when Moors talk, now they want to diss.
And I had to point out to people, all the Europeans that's involved in it, and it's way more that's involved in this one book. I didn't writing. I didn't go through everybody because but the thing that we got to remember, y'all, is like the more equipped we get with our knowledge and the more astute we get with the law and apply to that spiritually, it's going to be a time where they're going to have to leave, and they know that. So they're doing everything they can to write stories because the stories will control the mind, right? To write stories to dispel that thing that's coming out. They're about to have to start being called European Americans. Because that's what the truth is. Like, they're not from here. That's the whole thing. And once that starts to get more of a familiarity, you're going to get more of this type of stuff to defend it. Because it's over.
But it's going to be tough because you have your sellout leader guys, or so-called leader guys, the new guys coming out who continue this sellout by trying to promote this schism that we're not Moors. We're all not Moors. When the Noor Majid, PhD, from the East, he wrote the book, we are all Moors.
Yep.
Now, who are these guys on this platform saying we're not all Moors? What PhDs, whatever degree, something, show me something. Anything, something. Show me something where you get some qualification to this rebuttal a Noor Majid in the book, We Are All Moors.